that. Ladies and gentlemen, Doobers, swooners across the nation, and need I say it, the globe. It is I, the offspring of awesome, the harbinger of hilarity, and your future president of Chicago comedy, Darwin Doobers, and we're back after a brief hiatus with an exciting guest, a dear friend of mine, and gotta say I love everything you do. And one of the reasons I got into the scene. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Eliot Rahal. It's a little true.
Really?
A little true.
I've never.
You are
no one's ever told me something like that before. I don't know.
You're a unique soul in a rather diverse comedy scene here in the Chicagoland area.
I appreciate all of
So
the wonderful, kind words you're saying, but right now, okay. So I'm really excited because this is Eggs Benedict. I have never had eggs.
Right, he's having the Eggs Benedict.
It's the first time I'm having eggs.
First time, and we're here. Get a zoom in on that. We don't really have a cameraman. The Golden Apple here in Chicago,
That's gross.
off of Lincoln and some other streets. He's dining on the Eggs Benedict. I myself fancying a club sandwich here at the Golden Apple, and we are here to talk shop. For those people out there who don't know you, you are on the scene. You are in fact yourself a stand-up comedian, right? So far, I've been interviewing all stand-up comedians, and this is the part of the show, the opener of the show, the appetizer, if you will, the nibble of the Rahal, where you kind of let our swooners and fans out there know just who it is you are, why you're here, and what you've been doing.
Gotcha. Well, guys, hello. My name is Eliot Rahal. I'm thinking about going by my full name.
Do it. All right.
You don't need to call me.
Okay.
You don't need to call. You can call me Eliot.
Okay.
We're friends, but.
What would be your
My full name is Eliot James Rahal.
EJR.
EJR.
Ejer.
Ejer.
Yeah. That's what all the cool kids will be calling you.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I started comedy when I was 17, and I'd go to about a mic a month, just trying it out. I got really into the comedy scene. I became a cast member at the Lincoln Lodge when I was a sophomore in college.
You're a stalwart veteran of the Lincoln Lodge, and as all my fans know, and as you're aware, me and the old Lincoln Lodge, the LL,
yes,
the dwelling of the 16th president, not exactly the best of friends. So that it kind of gives you and I a Romeo and Juliet relationship, you could say.
What happened there?
I had auditioned, or I had applied to be a cast member. Thought, what with your show being so unique. For those of you not in the know, Lincoln Lodge, a very one of the longest, if not the longest running showcase.
Longest running independent comedy showcase, not only in Chicago but in America.
In America. So needless to say, it's no question asked about why the Doobs would want to be a part of such a great show. And there are certain cast members on your cast who will remain nameless, who just I didn't feel that should be on the cast in replace of the Doobs. But that of course, not neither here nor there. Don't want to put you in a hard spot. You are my friend, my confidant, my comedic colleague, as it were.
I'm sorry. Darwin, I am sorry that you got well, no, you got your feelings hurt a little bit. And
hey, I'll move on.
I know, but that's something I hate.
You are that?
I just hate doing. I don't like hurting people. It's.
Well, you did nothing. You did nothing on your.
Well, but I do support. Well, not I wish the world didn't work the way it worked. It's something that needs to be talked about, and some people just need to. I would rather get it out in the open, and then instead of because the worst part about being a comedian in Chicago is people obviously who do shows that you're friends with, and other people.
I do.
Who do shows. And
right.
I don't do all their shows. They don't do all my shows, and it adds this weird sort of awkwardness to that friendship that I just wish we didn't have, because I just like knowing people in general. I think it's a really interesting experience just to know another human animal, and it's a shame that we have to let our desires get in the way of that sometimes, over the experience of what it means to have consciousness.
So you want people to be conscious. on the scene.
Well, no, we are, as a human animal, conscious in terms of aware of the fact that our death is coming immediately.
I hope. Like immediately,
okay.
like now.
Not now, but like.
I prefer to finish this episode.
Sure.
Yeah.
I would too.
Yeah. We're gonna lift it up a little bit, get a little bit lighthearted here.
Gotcha.
We're gonna talk about some things. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been the appetizer. We know a little bit about, well, we know a lot more than we've known about anyone else from their appetizer here on Dinner with Doobers with Eliot Rahal, and we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Gonna get some of this food into our stomachs. He's already
way
eating.
ahead. I'm sorry.
I am always
I'm pretty hungry.
No big deal. Don't make a fuss about it.
I'm
a slow eater when it comes to these shows. And we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to delve right into some things, all things that make up Eliot James Rahal.
Sounds good, man.
All right, let's take a break.
This motherfucking Doobs, king of the Chi-Town, taking over the comedy game, putting my city back on the map. Y'all don't like me? Come see a player.
Make some noise for the one, the only Darwin Doobers!
I'm a motherfucking beast, I'm the motherfucking king of these Chi-Town streets. I'm a motherfucking boss, I'm a motherfucking beast, I'm a motherfucking king, you better get up out your seats. I'm a motherfucking boss, I'm a motherfucking beast, I'm the motherfucking king of these Chi-Town streets. I'm a motherfucking boss, I'm a motherfucking beast, I'm a motherfucking king, you better get up.
This is really good.
We are back from commercial break, and ladies and gentlemen, Eliot Rahal, for never having an Eggs Benedict before.
Pretty good. I'm into trying new things.
He has polished that sucker off. He had the golden apple, really polished it off.
I'm not getting fat though. I'm like, that's a big fear of mine.
Getting fat. I think a lot of people are a little bit worried about the old obesity problem we face in this nation.
I can't be ugly.
No, especially in this industry.
It's not that. I just can't be ugly.
Period.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm over it.
He's over it, and he's over that, but we're on to the main course.
Let's do it.
Dinner with Doobers' main course, and as you know
get
from
ahead
the
of you.
show, no, it's fine.
I
have a lot of food, and I talk a lot and think a lot about what I'm going to say.
Gotcha.
And I'll probably polish this off after the actual show itself. Elliot, I've done some research on you. You are the stand-up comedian. You mentioned the Lincoln Lodge.
Yes, I am.
But from what my notes tell me, and I'm getting better at this research thing, you actually have had you've been on the national television before.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of on the national television. Let's start off with that. It says so in your Lincoln Lodge bio that you in fact were an intern on the old David Letterman show.
As an intern for the Late Show, which is cool. I was really young when I was a Late Show intern there, which it was an amazing experience, but at the same time I was so green and I was so scared.
I couldn't find a clip, but your big claim to fame there was you got jumped over.
Yeah, I was on the Late Show and I got jumped over by this guy named Mark Odgers, I believe, or Mike Odgers.
Was he just regular jumping, just straight up jumped over you? Or was he on a vehicle?
He had a trampoline, but he was some sort of circus dude.
He was a trampist?
Trapezist?
Trapezist? No? I don't know.
I don't know. It was
we made
cool.
that up. Trapezist, look it up. It was very cool. Sounds cool.
I did another internship, again in New York City at Marvel Entertainment.
All right, so you're basically living the comedian's dream. You interned at a late night comedy talk show, and you interned for a comic book company of sorts.
Both are entertainment companies in my opinion.
Anything? Your internship at the Letterman and the Marvel. Is there any weird? What's like the weirdest thing that happened to you?
You know, I didn't really have any, like, aside from a few celebrity run-ins at the Late Show, I was too terrified to have those experiences, if you know what I mean. I was too...
You were shaking in your proverbial boots.
Yeah, I was very introverted. I didn't even drink back then.
Not even back then, where you weren't allowed to.
No, but, like, a lot of people do things they're not allowed to before they're allowed to.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is a thing. That is a thing that happens.
in New York City, New York was a lot different because I was going through a few things emotionally. I was in a hard place in my life.
Sorry.
No, it wasn't anything bad was going on. My brother had just joined the Marine Corps and he was in Afghanistan. And then also, I just didn't. It was one of those things where I stopped believing in a lot of the things that I had believed in not very long before, and it kind of messed me up psychologically. So I was out there kind of having sort of a learning experience, a life experience, and I met a good friend of mine who's my best friend to this day. His name is Donnie C. Cade. He was the definition of a good old boy. I love that guy.
He's not. Is he dead? Oh, you said
very
was.
much
You said was.
Was. I did say was.
Got a little-
That was
I don't think
bad
you
past-
got a little. Well, death is coming for us, right?
Death is,
I remember.
yeah, we are all wasses,
Yeah,
aren't
yeah,
we?
yeah.
We are all
We're
potential
wasses.
wasses.
We are all.
The is a was.
We are is a was. This is gonna turn into a weird
Yep.
philosophical Dr. Seuss book in a second. You're kind of a solo loner.
I wouldn't call myself like a loner. That's such a word that conjures an image that I am not. Loner sounds like I'm in a Kurt Russell movie. It's not fair.
Yeah, you don't not
It's way too bad.
yeah, not escaping from L.A. anytime
No,
soon.
or New York.
Or New York.
Or Chinatown.
You ever thought you're talking about going by your full name, Eliot James Rahal? You ever thought maybe going by a nickname, kind of like Snake?
When I was a kid, people used to call me Smelly at Gay Balls.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Probably don't want to stick on that.
It's alright.
Though a hilarious
It's
name.
pretty creative,
It
actually.
is.
Dan Ronan, fellow cast member of the Lincoln Lodge, called me that one day, and I'm like, "Oh, did you know?" And then he could not stop laughing
Because it actually happened.
because it actually happened. And also, I think he was pretty pleased.
That he came up with something
That he
that
came
a
up-
child came up with.
Ah, I think he's pretty pleased that it just occurred, and it's pretty funny. But
Maybe like insult, sure.
sure, yeah,
How old was the kid that made up it?
I am. A long time ago, sixth grade, seventh grade.
So you're telling me that Dan Ronan has the comedy intelligence of a 6th or 7th grader? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Telling me that Dan Ronan is as smart as a 6th grader?
I mean, as smart or smarter.
Probably as smart.
That's unfair.
Well, you brought it up, not me. Dissension amongst the cast of the Lincoln Lodge. Sounds like it. It says here you were a troll driver?
Troll driver.
You were, what
A trolley driver.
oh, okay. That was, because I had all these questions about like what a troll driver was, but
I don't know what that is either.
It's like a really mean overseer of people who like
Are troll-
piss other people off on the internet,
A
right?
troll driver. I just imagine
That was a,
Roald Dahl for
Yeah.
some reason.
and like a carriage pulled by like trolls.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I picture an army of slave trolls, which is weird because they're big.
They are huge.
They're
You
big.
think they'd be able to kind of overwhelm their oppressor?
You would think so, but traditionally trolls are pretty dumb.
Yeah.
So intelligence is what wins after all. After all, I mean, the reason why the human animal became the most superior animals because eventually, before we evolved, our predators were hunting us, and we got to the point where we become their predators, and then we realized our biggest predator, which is, of course, our mortality.
Again, with all roads lead to death.
I believe that, and not in a negative way.
There's an understanding.
Just is it an event or is it a happening?
And a trolley driver, ladies and gentlemen, a trolley driver in this greatest city in the planet, Chicago.
It is the greatest city in the planet.
Let's talk about this. Now, trolley, just an overglorified bus? True or false?
I think you're attacking something that doesn't need to be attacked.
Just wondering. You also are a tour guide. It's not just, you don't just drive this
Yeah,
bus.
I give
this
tours around the
trolley.
city of Chicago. Yeah.
What do you talk about?
A little silly with people.
A little silly? Well, you are a comedian. I would hope so.
Yeah.
None of that mortality stuff, right? No? You don't,
Well, no, I'll make a mention of it here and there when I'm passing. Like,
in your tours.
yeah.
So you'll be like, hey, there's the
sky deck.
There's the
I'll
sky
say-
deck.
I'll
Don't
say-
die off of it.
I'll say there's the sky deck. It has about 4 feet of glass jutting out from it. You can look about 1,000 feet down and take stock of both your mortality and your life in one view.
Then you get so many tips.
They laugh.
Do they? They probably don't think you're serious. Do you use your normal voice when you do? I know some
I
tour
kind
guys.
of give a little bit of a game show. I'm not sure my voice is a little hoarse
Little
right
hoarse right
now.
now?
Because I did work yesterday.
I don't suppose you could indulge us fans by giving us a little tour of this table.
I would.
No, you don't want to. Rumor has it, may or may not be some serious some writing projects on the horizon that are gonna see some. Eliot Rahal on some bookshelves in the future.
Yes, that is true. I cannot talk about it though.
Absolutely, no comment. We'll have to get a scoop another time and come back and do it. But and it's funny that you should have these things. This brush with TV fame on the Letterman show. You're famous as a trolley driver, telling people about the city of Chicago, and of course your Lincoln Lodge 4 years running cast member. You're a staple in the Windy City. And it comes as no surprise.
Never ever thought of myself as that.
You never? Well, you should. Think big, Eliot James. Think big. And I did some research on your family.
Oh,
and
did
so
you?
it comes as no surprise that you, sir, have had all these brushes with these bubbles of fame. And as we get into our dessert, we're going to do a sort of a back and forth, bounce it off of just who's in your family and why they're famous.
Okay.
We're going to get on that?
Yeah.
When we come back with Dinner with Doobers and the finale, the dessert portion of the evening. Dinner with Doobers is officially back on the YouTube airwaves, which means the harbinger of hilarity will be feasting and filming with a whole slew of new guests. On the next episode, the offspring of awesome will dine with speakeasy comedy producer Kenny DeForest at Stanley's Kitchen and Tap. Now, enjoy the conclusion of this episode with guest Eliot James Rahal. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the finale of this episode of Dinner with Doobers, the dessert, the sweet, sweet dessert portion in which we just gotta wrap it up. Kind of wrap it up. We've talked all things, and obviously your existence has to come from the fact that you have a family, you have a long lineage, and I was talking about fame. And I've researched here several of your famous relatives, and I want to talk about them to see where they came from. So first of all, you had your dweeby nerdish relative who was visited by the devil herself and granted several wishes so that he could learn that he should just be himself and be confident with himself. It must have been.
What are you talking about? Who is that?
I'm talking about, of course, Elliot Richards from the movie Bedazzled.
Oh, that's right, that movie.
Yeah.
No,
He's not related to you?
How is Elliot spelled?
E-L-L-I-O-T. No, not related? Okay.
E-L-I-O-T.
Sure you don't want to take that one anyway? I mean, he got...
I didn't like that. I saw that movie like 6 times. I didn't like it.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Not even with that hot mama Elizabeth Hurley?
You know, I always thought she was Mo from... what's that Nickelodeon show where there's sports?
Guts.
Yeah, I always thought she was Mo from sports.
You know what? She sounded like Mo from Sports.
Yeah.
Mo was a looker too.
She was a looker. I had a crush on her when I was a kid.
I can't do impressions, but what she always said that like Astro Crag, and she always
Astro Crag.
Yeah, that's I don't do
She's
impressions.
cutie.
So, but no, so not related to this Elliot Richards. All right, how about this?
That is a fictional character.
Oh, okay. How about your famous relative that was that got to hang out with an alien?
Oh, you're talking about Elliot from E.T.?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
that's
big.
also another fictional character.
This may be a toss-up then. What about your relative that was torn between the love of dance and the disintegration of his family?
You're talking about Billy Elliot, aren't you? I get called Billy Elliot when I was a kid a lot.
He's a fictional character too, huh?
Yeah, he is. Well, I don't know if that is. I think it might be based on.
So he's based on your relative.
No, he's based on of a person who's English that I don't know.
But you're not related to Billy.
I didn't watch that movie though. It was a really good movie.
Elliot's
coming to Chicago.
I suppose your family doesn't own Elliot's famous hot dogs in Lowell, Massachusetts?
I have
no
idea.
Okay. Where simplicity in our...
Springsteen's on. Springsteen's the best, guys. You should listen to The Wrecking Ball. Is a great album. It's an amazing album.
I had some other questions, but I think you couldn't have planned this. You know what? You look good.
Thanks, man.
You look
too.
well.
You look good too. I like
And
your frames.
thank you. You look well. And I think it's only fitting, folks. We've delved deeper into the psyche of Eliot Rahal than I expected. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up here.
Hi guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have been me. Eliot has been himself. And together, we are forever. This has been another episode of Dinner with Doobers.
Yeah.
Saying so long from the Golden Apple. Adios.
Hi kids.
So you're not really going to do Eliot's spit, are you?